morning, grade 1 students. Welcome back, scientists. We are going to have science right now. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to 1. Identify the shapes of and within selected structures, and 2. Classify objects based on their shape. So in simple terms, you're going to look at structures and we're going to talk about the shapes that we see in those structures, and we're going to classify structures based on their shapes. Okay, so let's review. What is a structure? A structure is an blank of materials, is an arrangement of materials. Structures can be made up of different pieces of the blank materials. Structures can be made up of different pieces of the same materials. Remember the bird nest when we were saying that it's only made up of sticks, or it's only made up of dry grass, but it's different pieces of the grass, but it's the same material. Structures can be made up of blank materials. Structures can be made up of different materials. So overall, structures can also be made up of different materials. For example, when we looked at the video when the beaver was building the dam, it didn't use one type of material, it used a variety of materials, a whole different set of materials. Okay, so structures can be made up of different pieces of the same materials, and structures can be made up of different materials. And before I go on to this one, structures always have a what kind of job to do? They always have a special job to do, right? So the way that the structure is built, the way that the structure is designed is for the special job that it has to do. Just remember that. Now let's go on. So we're going to be looking at some shapes today because we have to identify shapes and structures. So you're going to help me review and refresh our memory of shapes. So this is our first shape, and it is Cindy circle, right? It is a circle, and the circle is round. This is a flat shape. So we have a circle which has one line right all the way around. Let's look at the next shape we have here. Look at it. Look at its sides. How many sides does it have? Are they all the same length? Okay, so then this must be a square. Sammy, square. Great job. The next shape, so I put it here 2 ways for you to see it. Sometimes we can see it lying down like this, and sometimes you can see it standing up like this. What shape is this? How many sides does it have? Okay, it's the same size as the square, but are they the same length? Alright then, so what shape is this? A rectangle. Robbie, rectangle. Great job. Let's look at the next shape here. How many sides does this have? Nice. Okay, and do you know what shape this is? It is a triangle, and we will call it Terry triangle. Great job. And those were some flat shapes. Let's continue. So here I have a fascinating shape for you. You might say, but Miss, I never see this shape before, but we're going to explore it today. We're going to see that we can actually find this shape in our environment. So let's go. How many sides does it have? 5 sides. It's called a pentagon. So a 5-sided shape is called a pentagon. Let's continue. Let's count the sides on this one. How many sides does it have? It has, right, 6 sides. Great. And this shape is called a hexagon. So a hexagon has 6 shapes. 6 sides, sorry, 6 sides. Now let's continue. Let's count the sides on this one. Right, it has 8 sides, and this is called an octagon. Okay, now let's continue. So this shape right here, have you ever seen a shape like this before? Okay, let me introduce its name to you. It's an arch, and our city of Kingston was known as the City of Arches. So next time you go to Kingston, I would like for you to pay attention to the structures that you see and see if you can identify the shape called the arch. Let's continue. So this one is no longer a flat shape. This one kind of looks like a ball. What kind of shape is it? It's a sphere. It's a 3D shape. It's a sphere. Next one, this has one flat side up here, one flat side down here. Got a curved face right here. This is a cylinder. Great. And now let's look at this shape right here. I've seen this shape before. I see this shape all the time around me. It looks like it has a square face. Wonder what shape this could be. This is a cube. And then it has one that looks close to it, but this one has a longer face. This one is a cuboid. Great. And here we have a fascinating shape. It looks like it has a triangle face. It has triangle faces. This shape is called a pyramid. Have you ever seen a pyramid before? Okay then. Now we're going to explore the shapes around us. So we're going to look at some structures and we're going to say what shapes we see in the structures. So let's get right into it. So here we have, what do we have here? We have some tree trunks. And when you look at the tree trunk, when we look right here, what shape do you see? You see a circle. Great. And when we look at the body of the tree trunk, so it has a flat face here and it probably has a flat face on the other end, but it has this curved face in the middle here. What 3D shape do we see? It is a cylinder. Great. So tree trunks have a cylindrical shape. Let's continue. This right here is some sort of green vegetable that somebody cut up already. It is okra, right? We would say okra, but this is how you spell it. Grade 1 students, it's okra. So let's count the sides on this okra. When you cut it, this is the shape that you see. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what shape is this? It is a 5-sided shape, so it is a pentagon. So you see there, pentagons are actually right around us. We would see them all the time, but you probably didn't know the name. So this is a pentagon. Let's continue. So this is the inside of an animal that goes buzz. This is the inside of its home, and its home is called a hive, right? So this is the inside of a bee's hive. Can you tell what shape the inside of the hive is? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 6 sides, so it is a hexagon. And you can actually find this shape also in a jack spanner's nest. So next time you see a jack spanner's nest on the ground somewhere, somebody knocked down a nest, could you check it and see what shape you find there? If you see a pentagon, which is a 5-sided shape, a hexagon, a 6-sided shape, an octagon, which is an 8-sided shape. Like the octopus, octopus has 8 legs, or octagon is an 8-sided shape. So you should explore those things around you to see what shapes you find. And here, what is the shape on this cactus? What shape do you see here? It looks like a heart. Great. So you see structures. In structures, we have shapes all around us. Let's continue. Let's continue. So here, this is a, right, it's a rainbow. And the rainbow is the shape of an arch. Great. And here I have some farmlands. And we can see a whole set of different shapes, a wide variety of shapes inside of the farmlands. What shapes do you see there? Nice. And we have some unusual shapes here as well. Like right here, we have these curves, some unusual shapes. And here, now we are off of the natural structures now. So here, these are three pyramids, and they're actually shaped like pyramids. So this is where the pyramid name gets the shape gets its name from. So these are found in Egypt, and they were built by man. They were made of bricks. So these are pyramids. And here I have some very tall buildings. What shapes do you see in these tall buildings? Nice. Some squares, some rectangles. Okay, but what about the shape? Oh, up here we have a triangle. We have a pyramid, it looks like, on the top of this one. Nice. And what shape are the actual buildings? What 3D shapes are the buildings? Okay, right. There's some cuboids. So these are called skyscrapers because they're so tall, it's as though they're scraping the sky, they're touching the sky. So yes, you see we have 3D shapes in the structures around us. Let's continue. So here I have some apartments, and these windows are very unique. The design of these windows are unique. What shapes do you see? Awesome. So do you see how shapes are all around us, and when we open up our eyes to explore, we can identify shapes in structures. And here I have a bridge. Nice. And the bridge is in the shape of an arch, and this is a reflection in the water below here. So the bridge is in the shape of an arch. And finally, I have here a bus. And what shapes do you see on the bus? Look at the wheels. Okay, they are right. They look like they're wrong, and we see in a circle right here. What do you think would happen if the bus wheels were square? Do you think it would be able to roll as fast? Do you think we could be able to drive it if the wheels were square? Okay, all right then. And what about the shape of the bus? What 3D shape is it? All right then, nice, great work, my scientists. And finally, we have the Earth. The Earth that we live on is what shape? It's a 3D shape. What shape is it? It is a sphere. The Earth is round as a sphere. So the planet that we live on is a structure in itself, and that has a shape. Great job. So that is the end for our lesson today on structures. At this moment, I would like for you to complete Unit 5 in your book. That is from pages 49 to 56 in your textbook, your Modern Science and Technology Activity book, Infants 2. I do not expect you to do all of those pages in one day, so please take your time when you're completing this activity. And can you find shapes around you? So I would like for you to look around in your environment and see what shapes you can find. So long, farewell, and good wishes, my dear scientists.